Welcome back to Right on the Edge. Had to take off the suit. um, so I have talked a lot in my personal life, and I think even on a few videos here that recycling is a scam. So let's watch this guy cover it, and let's see if he does a good job or not.
Rinse out that peanut butter jar. Take the cap off the bottle. Flatten out your cardboard.
You're already doing a good job, man. Good job. Nice shirt.
Sort it all by color. Maybe, just maybe,
Yeah.
we'll save the planet one coat.
And I'm proud of you. You know, I'm proud of you. Your kitchen's not perfectly clean. All right, it looks lived in. You live there. Look at them dirty dishes.
Can at a time. But what if it was all a scam? This chair does not rotate. I'm King Trout, and I'm wearing a shirt made out of your grandma's couch.
Yep.
Let's talk about recycling. Oh, that made me dizzy. We may think we're doing our part to save the planet, but what if I told you a vast majority of those recycled goods end up in a landfill or being incinerated?
I would say about 90% of them do.
Or, even worse, being dumped in the ocean by somebody halfway across the planet being paid $30 to make it disappear.
Yeah.
Is recycling a scam? Kinda yes. It's also a huge psyop.
Yep.
It just saved you minutes off of your life, but stay tuned!
Yeah, that's it. All right, you guys can go. Like, subscribe, comment below, right? let's see what he has to say. Let's see it.
If you want to find out why.
Yeah.
Instant coffee sucks.
Bro, instant coffee does suck, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, right? You gotta live that struggle life.
Let's start off with a cozy little myth that recycling was invented by environmentalists to save the planet. A nice story, but not the full story. It's missing a few key players, like the oil industry and Coca-Cola and ExxonMobil. I'm sure you've
Yeah, Coca-Cola played a big part in taking the recycling symbol.
all seen the famous Crying Indian ad from the 1970s, which was part of the Keep America
I did not see the Crying Indian ad from the 1970s, as I was not alive. And now I'm just here, not dead yet. So I'm right in the middle of seeing that ad.
Beautiful PSA campaign. Oh, it's so hot and so terrible.
Oh, you didn't even put some milk in there or something to try to get the edge off that nasty taste.
Some people have a deep, abiding respect for the natural beauty that
I don't know why when he said Indian, I was thinking India and not Native American Indian. This is the whitest looking Indian I've ever seen. Knowing my luck, this is actually an Indian.
was once this country. And some people don't. People start pollution. People can stop it.
That ad, by the way, two things about it. One, it wasn't created by Greenpeace or some other hippy-dippy bullshit organization. It was created by an industry front group, backed by companies like Pepsi-Cola and Anheuser-Busch. Why? Because the real threat wasn't pollution, it was regulation. And two, the Native American man in that advertisement, Iron Eyes Cody, is a Sicilian-born actor. He's Italian.
Ah! Once more, I found out the truth.
You couldn't
Got me
tell
a
by
little dog food.
looking at his face.
You're so cute, though. You're so cute.
But that's neither here
If
nor
I
there.
put you on the video,
In the
I'd make money
1970s,
all
these
the
companies
time.
wanted to continue to sell their products in disposable packaging because it's incredibly cheap and incredibly convenient. But they had to shift the blame. A brilliant PR move. It's your fault the planet's dying, not ours for selling 200 billion plastic bottles a year. Enter.
Genius. Genius. Oh, always obfuscate or whatever. Yeah, obfuscate.
Recycling. Let's get one thing straight. Plastic is the problem. Aluminum and glass are considered
They are not the problem because they're unlimited. You can recycle them unlimitedly, foreverly. One of them words I can't think of right now, but they're one of those things you can always melt down and reform.
100% recyclable. I mean, you can melt.
Except for the fact checking you, sir, with your grandma's couch on you. Only the top of that can and possibly the bottom of that can are 100% aluminium. I know I'm British now. No, I'm just kidding. Aluminum. But that middle area is actually considered like a partial aluminum. So you only get the full aluminum from the top and the bottom. But mainly the top, like the tab and the little top ring thing.
Down this can and re-pour a new can with the melted down aluminum. 100% of it is reused. The same goes for glass. Plastic.
But glass is just 100%. Yep. No pro quota there, except for the fact that the different colors of glass have different things that make them.
That's not exactly the case. Plastic doesn't biodegrade. It doesn't go away. It can be weathered down into what is called microplastics, which are the tiny particles of plastic that your balls are currently full of.
Hell yeah. That's what I like to hear. No, I'm just kidding. But on a real note, bottles can also be like shredded into fiber. So you could use it to make shirts. But that's about it.
Despite the little triangle symbol on the bottom of most plastic bottles, which was designed by a college student as part of a contest, and he was paid $0 for, that's an aside that has nothing to do with what we're talking.
Well, they also co-opted that. So that was done by a separate group and was then co-opted or stolen by Coca-Cola to slap on their bottles, which means absolutely nothing because only certain types of plastic are recyclable.
About most plastic cannot be recycled in any meaningful way. Oh, son of a bitch. Don't tell my wife.
Wife, he has done it again. You know, and I know.
This bottle of dish soap, for example, I just grabbed off the counter because it's plastic. I don't know if you can see it in there. My shaky caffeine-fueled hands. It's the number 5 in a little recycle triangle. What does that number mean? Well, it's an industry code describing what kind of plastic that part of the bottle is made out of.
I think only like 1, 2, or 3 types of plastic are recyclable. But all plastic, if we choose to, could be converted into diesel, I believe.
Now, certain kinds of plastic...
But we don't do that either because... Not because we can't use diesel here, and not because diesel isn't, like, good to use, even though that lie's been sold to us Americans, but it's because we export all our diesel cars and stuff over to Europe and other countries and keep virtually none of them here, except for, like, you know, big old pickup trucks that cost too much money now.
Especially number 3, number 6, number 7 are almost entirely impossible to recycle economically at all. But they still throw that little triangle around them.
Yep, except for the fact that you can, like I said, turn it into diesel or you can turn it into clothing, but that's it.
Why? To make you feel good.
Yay!
I mean, it's just dish soap. She can't be mad I got that on the floor. Only a tiny fraction, number 1.
She's mad already.
PET and number 2, HDPE plastics have any shot at being recycled. Essentially, soda bottles and milk jugs.
Yep, and even those take a lot of energy to recycle, so it's like a lot of times it's not worth it.
The rest, it's just there to make you feel...
It takes more energy than it saves money, so they don't do it.
Feel good. Feel good. Really, probably should be on ADHD medication.
Well, it helps.
When polled, nearly a third of Americans say that they do recycle. Whether or not that's true, who cares? The point is, America produces the largest amount of waste of any country in the world. Now, with a third of Americans recycling that massive amount of waste,
do we though? I don't know, man. I've been to places like India, so, but maybe a third still means that they yeah, they can still be higher than us. I don't know why I was going there, but good job, us.
Recycling centers are incapable of keeping up.
Yep.
Since it's taken off since the 1970s, there's been an ever-growing mountain of recyclables that we're incapable of dealing with presently. What solution did our boomer...
And part of the reason why we're incapable of dealing with it is because people do not know what the different numbers mean, and therefore they throw all recycling into the same thing.
Politicians find for this problem? Well, they're boomers, so the only solution they're capable of coming to is outsourcing.
Yep.
Yes, for decades, the solution was simply to ship our recyclables to places like China. Out of sight, out of mind. And China, being the ecologically sound nation that they are, properly recycled them.
of course. Of course they did. Let's not even question it.
China and Indonesia alone are responsible for around 5 million tons of plastic waste ending up at sea each year. That's 1/3 of total plastic debris in global waters.
Just
Crazy, huh?
kidding. They lit them on fire or dumped them in the ocean. Then in 2018, China pulled the plug. They banned most foreign waste imports under something they called National Sword, which roughly translates from Mandarin to stop sending us your fucking garbage. Now it's cold and tastes like garbage. Cities across the US panicked. Some stopped recycling altogether. Most ended up landfilling their recyclables, which, hot take on
That's
that.
what we do.
If there are two options for the disposal of American recyclables, and one of them is ship them to China to be dumped in the ocean or burned, or bury them responsibly in American landfills, burying them in American landfills is honestly the better option. Aside from that, though, let's talk about why plastic recycling fails. Money.
Yeah.
Virgin plastic made fresh from oil is often
Told you
cheaper
so.
than recycled plastic.
Yep.
It's cleaner, it's easier to mold, it's less contaminated, and it's more profitable. So when oil is cheap, which is essentially always thanks to government subsidies, the option to produce new plastic is the more profitable one. And while I've still got you here, I'm gonna go on a little trout rant side tangent here in regards to plastic. I truly believe in probably less than 100 years, but 100 years, plastic will be the lead of our generation. It's made of crude oil, which
I think it's already the lead of our generation. Like, there's not a single person on the planet right now that doesn't have microplastics in their blood.
we know is a carcinogen, and it's everywhere. Everything is made of plastic. I'm sitting at a table that's made of plastic. It's cheap, I get it. It's easy to work with, I get that. But we know that it causes cancer.
Why did I drink that over so slowly? Because when everybody else is like, when all the boomers have died, eventually my generation will rise up and be the new boomer. I remember when we had plastic bottles and they were everywhere, and it was a good time.
Cancer. Like 100 years from now, they're gonna be laughing at us. We're like, oh, everything you touched was made out of the chemical you know kills you? I don't know, maybe not, whatever. I'm crazy. I also smoke cigarettes, so I don't have room to talk. There's some of that dish soap from earlier.
Yeah.
Back to the video. If you think
You should stop smoking, sir.
plastic producers care about solving the problem related to the price differential between making virgin plastic and recycling plastic, think again. As recently as a couple years ago, internal documents from the American Chemistry Council leaked, revealing that they knew recycling was not scalable, yet they pushed it on the public anyway. Why? Because if you're busy sorting your garbage into little different piles to make you feel like you're saving the planet, you don't give a shit what companies like ExxonMobil are up to. Some of you may be asking at this.
Doesn't that make you feel good, Seattle people? Knowing that you are forced to buy those overpriced biodegradable bags and recycle. I'm sure it does.
Time, what is the American Chemistry Council? Or, as we call it for short in the biz, the ACC. The ACC is a trade association representing major chemical and plastics manufacturers.
So people that have every incentive to totally, completely fix the problem. A wink.
I bet you can see where this is going. For decades, the ACC has been at the forefront of pushing the idea that recycling is the be-all, end-all of plastic waste. They've invested heavily in public relation campaigns. Remember public relations? From that other video of mine? You can go watch it here or there. I don't know. The link pops up in different places every time and you complain about that. It's not my problem. Go watch that video after you're done watching this video.
Yeah, maybe
anyway,
I will.
They've invested heavily in public relation campaigns emphasizing the importance of recycling and the industry's commitment to sustainability. And as a shock to literally no one on the planet,
I'm
the
shocked.
trade organization representing a multi-trillion-dollar industry has been up to some shady shit.
Wow.
In recent years, the ACC has come under fire for allegations that it knowingly overstated the effectiveness.
Knowingly overstated. Man, I hate the fact these fuckers get away with this every goddamn time, dude. They always know, and then they're like, "What do you mean?"
Of recycling programs.
You never
Despite what
know.
they've claimed publicly, the actual recycle rate for plastics in the United States has never gone above 9%.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Probably more like 5.
The ACC has also been a staunch advocate for what they call advanced recycling techniques, including chemical recycling. But critics argue that this is just a smokescreen to divert from the actual problem, which is the mass overproduction of single-use plastics. They actively know that they're overproducing single-use plastics because it's incredibly cheap and profitable for them, while simultaneously lying to the American public and convincing us that it can all just be recycled. Don't worry about it. In some cases, the ACC has even taken legal action to prevent the disclosure of documents related to the overstatement of the efficacy of recycling. Shocking.
Wow.
Publicly, they're saying it's all...
Dang. A company of a vested interest in billions of dollars uses that to shut down criticisms.
Sunshine, rainbows. It's perfectly fine. We can recycle plastic. Don't worry about it whatsoever. But behind closed doors, they know exactly what they're doing.
Like, probably worried
Again,
about
it's
it,
a
actually.
lobbying
They
group.
should. I bet you they
that
drink
works
out
for
of glass bottles
companies
all over.
worth trillions of dollars. And I keep saying trillions of dollars, but I don't know. I'm actually going to look it up. Okay, so I couldn't find a total compiled number for each of those industries, but individually, each of them is valued in the trillions. So it's a pretty good guess. I got it right.
Good job. But at least you did your research and you looked it up, right?
I'm not going to add them together. I don't care to do addition right now. So, long story short, when you follow the money, you find out exactly what's going on. And recycling is not only a physical process, it's a psychological one. Because you don't have to feel bad about buying that $6 cup of cold brew if you recycled a plastic cup, right? Forgive me, Mother Earth, for yet again I have purchased pre-sliced apples in a plastic tray. But lo! I hath rinsed said tray and placed it in the correct receptacle.
I'm pretty sure people do think like this. Why are you
Another
naked
thing
now?
that I just straight up didn't even mention is the contamination of recycled goods. So you
Into
know
the
how they
water
say, like,
supply.
don't throw away greasy pizza boxes. If one person in the entire truckload was being a lazy piece of shit, which everybody's done this, and they throw a greasy pizza box into the recycle bin,
I like how you stopped recording probably, took off your shirt, and then you're like, oh, damn it, I forgot about that.
when they go to sort the recyclables, when they find out that load is contaminated, they'll just send it all to a landfill.
Yep.
So think about that and think about the likelihood that every single load of recycled goods has been contaminated, because it's probably damn near 100%. Have you noticed I really don't care anymore?
It's
The
hard
washing
to.
machine's running. I'm fucking licking my teeth. I didn't even bother to put a shirt on
Yeah.
or mount the microphone. Merch linked in the description. Go buy a t-shirt.
Bro, I bet you that t-shirt's
Oh, you know that thing
invisible,
that
isn't
giant
it?
corporations do where they slap labels on...
All right, that's all I can take to that. This is infuriating. Like, obviously, we know this is happening. Like, anybody that's done any research on this whatsoever knows this has been happening, but isn't it just infuriating to see it over and over again? But just remember, guys, just remember, like, subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. And obviously, it's our fault. It's our fault. It's not the company's fault. It's our fault. We actually want the companies to make too much money to stop. Yeah. That's good. That's great.